Hey guys, how are we? So, quick video today on a theory that is going to immediately make you a better player. It is going to immediately improve your decision making as an individual in every game you play and as a team. It is called the elastic band theory, right? So, I want you guys to think about an elastic band, okay? If I'm holding it and I pull one side, what happens to the elastic band? It just stretches out that way. The other side of the elastic band comes in to the way that you pull it. Yeah? That's pretty obvious. Everyone knows how an elastic band works. Now, what happens if I pull both sides? The elastic band snaps. And your elastic band is completely broken, gone, and useless. Now, this analogy is very useful to understanding Counter-Strike, because you and your team need to be like an elastic band. If all of you go out one way, the guys on the other side play more defensive. This leads to the situation where often we have an operation zone and a defensive zone, an aggressive zone and a hiding zone, a time when you go out and you do things and a time where you don't die. Now, this operates at different levels of complexity, but I'm going to show you right now how this works for Astralis. So Astralis are on CT here. We have a full buy, and immediately we notice that Astralis have sent 3 players to B. Okay, we think about the elastic band. Which way is the elastic band pulling? It's pulling towards B. Right? So to maintain this theory, what we need to do is play defensive on A. What you're going to see these A guys do is throw their utility down, offer some light resistance, but basically make their best attempt not to die while still maintaining their map control. What these guys are going to do is go out and they're going to operate. They're going to fight, and they're going to fight hard and go at the enemy to try and get kills or get control of Banana here. So what we see here, this is the operation area and this is the area of light resistance. Let's play the demo. As we can see, Bubsky fighting hard, Zipnik's fighting hard. They're putting all the pressure on Banana, fighting very hard. And where are these guys? Just playing defensively. They've dropped their smoke on Nana. This guy's dropped his molly and his smoke on Apps. And while, yeah, you can see that he's pushy a little bit here, he's really playing off his utility to make sure that he doesn't die and that there's nobody trying to sneak through anything. The utility is now fading, so he falls back. Same with Bajisk. The smoke disappears, so he immediately gets out of there and falls back to play defensive. Now, what is the point of this? And how does this help you get better, right? If you've got a lot of players around you, if, for example, you're in the operations zone, if you die, if you fail, if you lose your 1v1, it is not devastating for your team. Your team can compensate for the fact that you've died either by trading you or maintaining the map control that you've lost. They can still continue to complete the objective. Whereas conversely, if you were to die on A in this scenario, in the area of light resistance, then there's nothing that your team can do. This guy, let's say Magisk were to die in bracket, Dupree's on an island. He's out here alone, completely isolated for the rest of his teammates. The guys on B are on the furthest possible point for them to be able to rotate to A. So if they die in that area of light resistance, that will create a situation in which VP has a very, very large advantage. It will mean that Astralis have to scramble. It will mean that if VP are in a good position, they can just completely roll onto the A bomb site and take A without a second thought. Now, let's look what happens if you break this theory and things go wrong. Here we have Yakinda and Buster playing Banana. It's quite clear that they've got 2 players. Well, there's 3 players on A. Which one's the operation area and which one's the area of light resistance? Very clearly, A is the operation area and B/Banana is the area of light resistance. So what Buster and Yakinda need to make sure that they don't do in this scenario is die. The absolute worst thing that can happen here is going out into banana and dying. Now let's watch Yakinda. He sees the molly come in, all the utility comes in, pretty aggressive, and he dies. Now, look at the scenario that we're in. So, Sanji and Jame are still in jungle. Because Astralis have manipulated the default and they've got 4 in banana, they are ready to just roll straight onto the B-bomb site. Let's have a look at Buster and what he does now. He's panicking. He's immediately hearing all this utility come in. He's going to have to drop his defensive utility and try to buy time for as long as possible. And even though Astralis have been a little bit slow, they've taken some time to get together, the rotate is still so far away. Buster is still attempting to completely hold this B-bomb site on his own. He gets one, does a good job to get one, but there is absolutely nothing that VP are able to do because they were so far away. Because that elastic band had been broken and the area of light resistance dies, you can see now that they're just backing away. So how do you apply this to yourself, both as an individual and as a team? It's a really, really simple decision-making tree that you need to think of all the time. Before you go out and try to make a play, look around, see where your teammates are. Are my boys with me? Are we strong in this area? Okay, we can make a play. Are my boys on the other side of the map? Then I have to play defensive. It's that simple, boys. And you're going to see me point out this theory and this scenario over and over again as this series goes forward. This is so important. It is absolutely fundamental that you get this right and you understand this to begin with. And then you're able to move on to the next thing. All right, boys. I hope you have a good day. I've been getting some feedback that these videos have been a bit too long. So I've tried to keep this as concise as possible. Get the theory out just straight away. Bang, on to the next video, boys. Thanks for all your support lately. If you've got any other feedback, send it to me in Discord. Post it in the comments below. Whatever it is, I will try to make this content as good as possible based on your feedback. So I appreciate you all. See you in the next one, boys.